Getting into this episode of GH, first and foremost, I'm not gonna be one of those people that applauds Willow for finally seeing Drew for who he really is. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've been seeing some people on social media today. Oh, thank God Willow finally see Drew. Oh, thank God she laid into him. No, 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 no. Not me. Yeah, I could do that if you want. Salute. I'm not gonna be that dude. I'm not gonna be the one. Because you know what I saw today? I saw two morons getting what they deserve. That's what I saw. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna applaud stupidity. Um, her realizing that everything about Drew was a lie. Because my thing with Willow, she still doesn't take accountability. She doesn't. She doesn't take accountability for anything. Just like Friday, she blamed Nina. Oh, if you would have told me this, oh, I would have, stayed in my marriage. Oh, this ruined my marriage. I lost my kids because of you. Fast forward to today. She's blaming Drew of the same thing. You cost me custody. Oh, you pursued me. You while you were with my mother. You this, that, and the third. You wrecked my life. You wrecked my marriage. All I kept hearing was you did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. I didn't hear we did this. I didn't hear, well, I shouldn't have did this. Like, you took no accountability for a damn thing. She thinks everything is one way. Like, no, ma'am. You need to own your part in this. You're a grown woman. Did he manipulate you? Absolutely. But you allowed the manipulation. You were easy to manipulate. A toddler couldn't manipulate you. That's how easy it is. I guess that's how it is when you were once, programmed and living in a cult. I guess it's easy to be manipulated. But, for her to put everything off on Drew and now she want to see the light, and now she realizes that Michael was right about, Drew saying what he said in front of Wiley that day when Wiley overheard him talking. Now she sees the light and see, oh, Wiley was right. Michael was right. Yeah, you chose that man over your children. That's what you did. Over and over again. And, I will say this. I applaud Alexis for doing this. Because that showed me Alexis has her grandchild's best interests at heart. The way she quickly got her granddaughter up out of there, I applaud that. You know why? Because not once did I see Drew. He might have, but I know I didn't see him do it. He didn't look over to Alexis and pause and say, hey, can you just take Scout out of here? I don't want her to see this. No, Alexis did that on her own. Because once again, Drew wasn't worried about his child's welfare. Per usual. What else is new? He wasn't worried about his daughter seeing the fallout of this. He didn't care. But Alexis, I thank God, she did care. She didn't want her granddaughter to be, subjected to this because it's grown people business. I love Ava, though. I'm going to tell you, Ava and Rick had me laughing my ass off when they were sitting in that crowd. Well, not the crowd because they ain't really had nobody there, but in the pew. Ava was just sitting there, the look on their faces, and Rick trying to talk to Ava. Ava was like, shh, shh, shh. It was like they was watching a movie because Ava had to shush him. She was like, shh. Like, I agree with Ava. Like, shut the hell up. You got some good drama going on. Be quiet. Martin was even ecstatic because Martin was like, oh, this was definitely worth the price of admission. I said, right? Shit, you got paid to be there. You should be happy. Shoot, you getting paid to watch a show. But him and Lucy had me laughing too because Martin was like, does this type of thing always happen at weddings that you officiate? And they sitting there throwing shade at each other about they record when it comes to marriages. I was like, yeah, pop me kettle, because Lucy, you cannot throw shade at that man for his past wives when you got past husbands. You've been married and divorced quite a few times your damn self, woman. Don't try to throw shade. And I did love that Nina get all up in Drew's face because Drew really tried to, stop Willow from leaving or whatever. And Nina said, no, because Nina was happy. She was like, you know what? I may have lost my daughter, but at least you'll never have her again. I said, I know that's right. Obrecht was just as happy as she could be. Obrecht was thrilled that that wedding didn't happen. She went right over to the little reception and had herself a drink. She told that barman, she said, you might want to tell your boss ain't nobody else coming. Man, please, the way I would have went to that reception and got me a free drink, because you know it's open bar. I would have went right there and got me a little drinky drink. Once again, Kai disgusts me. Kai disgusts me because he sees the fallout. He sees everything that's going on. He hears everything that's happened. And yet he got the balls to, oh, Drew, do you need a ride home? I hope Trina don't ever go back to his punk ass. Like, are you serious? Did you just witness what happened? Like, were your ears unplugged? Did you hear everything that happened? And everything that this man has done, and you still sitting here worshiping the ground he walk on? Kai, good Lord, sir. Where is your parents? Like, where are they? They didn't raise you with common sense. I'm just saying, like, who is your folks? I would really like to meet his parents, because I need to know what's going on in that household. Like, what the hell? Nina sitting there talking about, oh, Willow's car is gone. She needs her mother. Nina, you are the last person she want to see. She done told you to leave her alone and stay out her life. She done told you this already. She don't want nothing to do with you. I highly doubt she needs you at this moment, or at any other moment for that matter. Might want to let this go. So anyway, moving on from that. Christina finally told Michael what's been going on, and Christina just continues to get on my nerves. Like, oh, I learned my lesson. Oh, I learned from my mistakes. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Because she's still sitting here trying to play God, talking about some. She feel like Cody's not good for Molly. He not good enough for her. That's not your call to make. That's not your call. That's not your place. Who are you to say who's good for somebody? Your track record of dating reads like the fucking obituary. So who is you to give advice on who's good for who? Like, that's not your place. And of course, after Michael heard everything that Christina done said, even he agreed. He was like, yeah, it sounded like you dug yourself into a big old hole. But of course, Michael wanted to be loyal, talking about, oh, well, we're going to get you out of this. See, that's the problem. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Michael's loyal to Christina. I get that. That's his sister. I can understand that. But I just can't stand how people just never hold her damn feet to the fire. That's the problem I have, because I feel like when you have people like Alexis and Michael and Sonny, you just got people constantly protecting this girl, from disastrous things that she sets into motion. It's enabling. That's all it's doing. You're not helping her at all. You're enabling her nonsense. Stop enabling her nonsense. Let her dig herself out of this. But no, she keeps digging herself further and further in, and somebody got to ride to the rescue and get her out of it. I wouldn't do it. Like, Michael got enough problems on his hands. I wouldn't add her problems to mine. My plate is already full. I wouldn't be doing it. So anyway, Alexis comes in there and basically, tells Michael and Christina what happened or whatever at the wedding. The fact that it wasn't a wedding. She had to protect her granddaughter. I really hope Michael never, ever, 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 ever take Willow back. I hope he never does. Because, he was cool. He was just glad that she finally saw, Drew for who he is. But I hope that's not a sign that, you're going to thaw towards her and be like, we could work things out. We could, move slow. No. Hell no. And I wouldn't trust Drew, because, Drew not going to take this lying down. Oh, he not going to take it lying down. Because I have a feeling that he's going to probably use what he know about Willow. The fact that he knows that Willow was the one that got Sasha and the baby out of town. That she was the one, stalking that child, basically. He probably going to use it to his advantage, because he did tell Martin, oh, I got a job for you. I could imagine what that job is. I could just about imagine. It's far from over. Like, Drew is definitely not going to take defeat. So anyway, moving on from that. So Carly got the kids or whatever, her and Jason sitting there with Wiley and whatnot. And Wiley, I felt bad for that boy, because he just wanted to know why his mother was marrying his uncle. And that's so weird for a child to have to say something like that. Like, why is mommy marrying Uncle Drew? That's not stuff I would want to have to explain, because it's not easy to explain that to a child. And Carly did the best she could to try to explain that. Like, she really did. She did, because I don't know if I could do that. Like, I probably wouldn't have said the right things. Because I'm like, what are the right things to say? You know, she was like, when people love somebody, they love differently and all this. And, like your parents, they just can't live together, but their love is different for each other. And the judge, and trying to explain all that is just downright difficult. Because I just feel like kids leave more confused than when they came in. Like, honestly. But all of this stuff with the custody stuff, it just reminds Carly of what happened back in the day with AJ. How they handled that. And she just hopes that, history doesn't repeat itself. The kids don't grow up resenting Michael or being angry with Michael the way he was with them about AJ. Him being kept from him. So it's like, you don't want that to happen. But it is what it is. What can you do? Even though these are different circumstances, but still, it's like, resentment can happen. So, anyway, Jason was sitting there asking Carly about the whole Brit, like, where, because nobody saw Brit's body when she supposedly died. So he has questions, like, he's suspicious about all this. And Carly was just like, listen, you need to talk to her family. You can go talk to her mama. I got a feeling Carly, when Brit come back, I got a feeling Carly definitely gonna be jealous. Because let's be for real. Any woman in Jason's life, Carly get jealous. She don't care who it is. It could be Mom's Mabley. That woman gonna be jealous. It could be a broom. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carly don't care. Anything getting Jason attention, she don't like it. Carly just cannot stand it. She don't like nothing but her getting that attention. Like, she can't stand it at all. So Jason, of course, met up with old Brett because he want to know what happened to Brett. I feel like old Brett she probably not gonna give him a clean answer on it. She probably won't. She probably gonna beat around the bush or, lead him astray. But Jason, he not gonna let it go. So anyway, speaking of Brett, she over there in Paris or whatever. So she is a part of this whole Professor Dalton situation because the lady that Jocelyn and Vaughn has been trailing brings her the backpack or whatever, and Britt was like, took you long enough. She was like, shit, you over here having drinks and stuff that wasn't on the itinerary. She was like, get your ass here. I can't wait to see the reunion between Jason and Britt, because I can't wait to see, just for his facial expression alone. I can't wait to see it. Because I can't wait to see it also because I just want to see like what excuse they're going to come up with for her surviving that and that disease she had. Like, did they come up with a miracle drug to keep her alive or something? That's what I'm just anxious to know about, like how that came about, because I know it's going to be a ludicrous explanation, I'm sure. So I want to see how ludicrous it is. So anyway, moving on from that. Jocelyn. I don't buy her being a WSB agent. I just don't. Like, I really don't. And Jack could see the writing on the wall. He knows she ended up falling for Vaughn for real. We all could see that. She claims, she not. She's just playing a role. I'm like, yeah, okay, Jocelyn, you're gonna fall for him. Now they getting a little antsy about that backpack because that tracker up there is not picking up anymore. So now they getting a little antsy because they don't know if the woman found it, if somebody found it, if, their whole case is in jeopardy right now. They have no idea. I just can't buy Jocelyn as no agent. I just can't. I just wish Emma or somebody else would have filled that void, because I just can't see it. So anyway, Willow comes over to Carly's house, banging on the door, mascara running, looking a mess, demanding to see her kids. If I was Carly, I would have told her no, because you are not about to see these kids. First of all, Michael still has full custody. You still have not had your visitation. Just because you didn't go through with your marriage to Drew does not instantly give you rights to see the kids when you want to. That's not how that works. And I feel like in this state that she's in right now, she should not be around those kids. Like, your mascara's running, you're agitated. You should not be around those kids right now. I just feel like that's a no-no. And Carly need to tell her to kick rocks. So anyway, yeah, just Tell her to move. Molly and Cody, I kind of like them. They're kind of fun to an extent. It was funny when she told him that that little mole on his back, he need to get that checked out because it's irregular. That was funny. But I forgot Molly had wrote 2 romance novels before, because now I remember Connie Falconeri tried to jack it or something like that. I think it was was it Connie? I think it was Connie that was trying to jack her book. Was it called Love and Maine or some mess like that back in the day? So now she doing research for a 3rd book. I said, go ahead, get your coin. I'll be doing a 3rd book too. Shit, make that money, especially in publishing. Get your royalties. Her and Cody are cute together. I heard that they put the actor Josh Kelly on recurring status. I feel like as Mac's son, they could have found something bigger for him to do. You know what I'm saying? I think they definitely could have found something for him to do rather than put him on recurring. If they had a good imagination, there's some things you could do. You know, find a career for him, find something that he's really good at other than conning. Like, I'm just saying, other than conning folks. But I kind of like the vibe between him and Molly. But I know Molly, once she find out everything Christina did, she gonna be pissed. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comments, let me know what you all thought. See you all later. Peace.